Hey YouTube, back to working on the Yota. I'm working on paint prep today. I have a nice sanding disc for my angle grinder here. I'm just starting the priming today. As you can see, I've started working on this wheel already. I'm gonna get all the rust off of here and prime the entire wheel, all four wheels of course. Get spots like this, grind down all these holes back here and fill those with body filler. One of the big things is getting all this asphalt off the body, and that sanding disc makes quick work of it. I mean, this took me about 4 minutes to do that section right there. One thing I got to do is I'm going to pop this fender off, get around the edges. Same thing with this door. Actually, when I go to, I'm going to be replacing these mirrors, so I'm not really worried about that. When I go to do the paint, I'm going to pull all the body panels off and paint them individually. I started with the wire brush on here. I got wire brush adapters for my drill because I thought it'd be easier for me to angle inside the wheel with those, and those work fine. My battery just died in my drill. But what I'm going to start with, continuing on from here, I'm going to use the sander on the angle grinder. I mean, that came off a lot faster than this edge did around here with the brushes. So I'm going to start with the sander and get all the crevices with the brushes. So continue to work on that and keep you posted. Okay, so I have the top part of the door done. Everything came off real easy. Down at the bottom of the rocker panel, I'm going to go ahead and take the door off to get the bottom part of the rocker panel. It'll just be easier to get to. And got to take the Nerf bar off to be able to get this bottom part down here. You can see it's really bad right there, but I can't reach it with the Nerf bar still on there. So I'm going to start by taking the fender off before I take the door off. Show you where the screws are. There's one right there. There's 4 on the hood here, right along this lip. 3, 4. And then there's, I think, 5 inside the wheel well. Can't really see them. There's one there, but they're hard to see with the asphalt on here. But I'm going to get this off and show you what's up when I'm done. Real quick, I just wanted to show that there are, down here at the bottom of the fender, there are 2 more bolts right here. There's also one right here behind this bumper. Proper way to pop that off of there, but I just pulled it back. I also wanted to show you got to take the parking light off and the grill off to get to these screws here. We got one here and one down here, and I think that should be it. We'll find out in a moment. Okay, I have the fender off, as you can see here, and that'll give me a lot better opportunity to clean up this edge. It has all that asphalt on it, and also it might be hard for y'all to see, but there's a dent right here, and I have my little tack hammer. I'm going to pound that dent out and then fill the body. One thing, the hardest part of getting this fender off was this damn antenna, and I really gnarled the little receiver for the antenna there, and I've decided I don't listen to the radio anyhow. I just plug in my phone and listen to whatever's on my phone. So I'm going to Bondo over this hole here and just go without an antenna, and that's it. I'm going to beat this dent out and keep going. Alright, so the edge is nice and clean. That's all good to go. This fender is ready to be primed, but I'm going to do everything at the same time. So next on the list is taking the door off, and it's going to be real easy. Just 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll come right off, and I'm going to work on that. Alright, I have the door off, and as you can see, it's a lot easier to access the bottom of the rocker panel here. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, you got to take the pin out of this little closure here to be able to remove the door, and I'm actually going to remove that closure. driver's side doesn't have one, and I want to be able to put a cotter pin in the hinges, so if I want to take the doors off when I'm you know, cruising the beach, I can. So I'm going to get to work grinding this off, sanding it off rather, and continue from there. All right, so here we go. All the asphalt is off. Didn't take me long to do all of this. I might have been out here 30 minutes so far today. So it's not as hairy of a situation as I expected it to be. But as you can see, that, of course, high-speed angle grinder there. And the 40 grit sandpaper made this really rough. So what I'm going to do is hand sand this. I'll start with 120 grit and then prime it, body fill it, sand it again, prime it again, and then go on from there. I'm probably just going to prime today, not even body fill today, but well, because I guess I don't have to work till tomorrow night, so I may just keep these off and keep messing with it until I have to go to work tomorrow. All right, so I finished sanding the door. I actually only had 180 grit was the coarsest sandpaper I had, and that wasn't doing the trick. So I went and got some more, and these sanding sponges are really handy. Wrap the sandpaper around the sanding sponge, and then to get into the creases, like along here, the sanding sponge is great. So I still got to do the fender. Just wanted to show you this because this is a bit more intricate. You know, you got to pull the molding out and all that shit. But yeah, this one's ready to be cleaned and primed. I'm gonna wash it up real nice, and then prime it, and then sand it again, and then probably prime it again before I body fill it, because there are some marks from the angle grinder sanding with that. It was a little rougher than I had hoped it would be, but hopefully the primer will help fill in some of the rough spots, and after I sand it, will help smooth it out. So I'm going to work on the fender and then come back and start spraying this. I'll see you soon. Alright, before I finish up the door and the fender, I'll get these rims finished up. I just cleaned this up real nice, took some compressed air, blew it out. Now well, I still got to get right there behind the valve stem, shit. But anyhow, I want to get these wheels done, get it back on all fours before I get started on the door and fender and get started painting. So I'm going to get these finished up and then move on to the door and fender. Alright, I got the wheel all masked off, ready to prime. I washed it off with soap and water and it's nice and dry, except for that. There's a little spider in there, gonna be a pain in the ass. But anyhow, everything's all masked off. I'm gonna go ahead and start priming this. It's already starting to rust a little bit, so I need to get this primer on as soon as I possibly can, which is right now. I'm gonna get to work on that and show you when it's finished. All right, y'all, so I just wanted to show you this real quick. I had to put that other wheel on. The wheels are time consuming, and I needed to get it on so I can get the door and fender under here and at least spot prime before I lose sunlight. I don't want to leave any bare metal overnight with all the, you know, I live right next to the Gulf and a lot of sand in the air, and it rusts shit really quick. I could see a film of rust going over that wheel right after I got polished all the rust off. So let me just show you on this wheel what I did to the other one. Of course, I polished everything. I also removed this hub cover here, and I repainted the hub on the other side black. Right, you see how shitty this wheel looks. Just fucking shit. Alright, so let me show you what just a little bit of elbow grease in preparation can do for you. And this is just prime. This is just the first step in how much better it looks than the other side. And I'm missing a lug here, and I'm gonna get that, or I'm sorry, yeah, a lug bolt, not a lug nut there. And I'm gonna get that fixed and everything. But and I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna replace these lug nuts with black and the lug nuts, and it's gonna be army green inside here, black hub, black lug nuts. I mean, but I went ahead and hung these up and sprayed them. They came out pretty good. It's important you take this door hardware off of here. It makes a nice and clean look rather than how it was before. They just taped it off and it looked like shit. You can't really see it on this one, but on the fender you can very easily see how the grooves from when I did the angle sanding, I guess you would call it. and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to body fill all of that. So the rest of it's gonna get hand sanded. I went ahead and pulled all the body panels off yesterday. Mardi Gras going on, so I'm not gonna try to drive my truck to work and find parking, so I'm just gonna be riding my bike, and that gives me plenty of time to go ahead and get everything finished. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and post this video and get back to you guys when all this is finished. I'll have plenty of video from that.